Coming up on Tech Tonight, Virginia Tech alumni is sentenced to federal prison due to a fake gold investment scam.
And food trucks will be making their way to Blacksburg in the near future. Find out the details next.
Welcome to Tech Tonight. I'm Becky Schumar.
And I'm Ashlyn Webster.
Philip Bernard Jr., who seemed like a successful Virginia Tech alum, was sentenced to 5 years and 3 months in federal prison on October 15th for running a fake gold investment scam. Bernard was able to steal over $800,000 from investors, friends, as well as a Virginia Tech professor and dean. Prosecutors say that Bernard was very charming, using his status as a distinguished alumnus to persuade other Hokies to open up their wallets for him. With a charming persona, Bernard promised Virginia Tech $30 million for a new geoscience building, causing the university to hire architects to start planning and seek matching funds from the state. Marilyn Kleemer, whose daughter played soccer with Bernard's daughter, said, quote, "He's such a bad guy. I don't think he cared about any of us," end quote. Kleemer said that he promised he would relinquish custody of his beloved daughter to her if the venture in gold bullion didn't work. Christopher Catazone, the assistant U.S. attorney, said Bernard's case was, quote, "like when the Grinch stole Christmas. He just left hooks and wires on the walls," end quote. Bernard told the court that he had good intentions.
What started out as a dispute between neighbors around 9:15 on Monday night ended in a shooting and both men dead. It was the last thing expected to happen in Northwest Roanoke, a safe and quiet area right next to Patrick Henry High School. One person notified the police after hearing the gunshot. Others in nearby houses said that when they heard the noise, they thought it must have been fireworks or a car. Never did they think that something like this could happen in their community. It is hard to imagine looking out your window on a Monday night to see a dozen police cars across the street. Investigators believe that Robert Chambers exited his home after hearing someone outside. It was there that his neighbor Mark Paulson pulled out a handgun and shot Chambers and then himself. Chambers died immediately, and Paulson died in the hospital Tuesday morning around 2:45.
The Association for Women and Computing is gaining momentum and status as a successful club on campus. Michaela Kreider has more on the story.
Michaela Kreider reporting here for VTTV. We sat in a meeting for the Association of Women in Computing Club.
And basically we're raising awareness in a way of like women in computer science or in any computing field, so computer engineering or BIT, and like it's just kind of like a stronghold we have together to like support each other and like being women in STEM.
We asked them questions about why it's important for women to join a club like this.
It's important, I think, because of the amount of women that are in this field. Just having more of like a safe place or a general place where we can all meet up and kind of talk about the things that we don't usually talk about in CS, and the things that we face in a field that's dominated more by males.
Just so we can like identify with each other and understand.
We're trying to get more outreach, definitely, more people to come, but I mean, I think there's definitely more women in computing now than ever.
If you're a young woman interested in computing science, be sure to check out the Association of Women in Computing Club.
Thank you, Michaela. A town hall meeting was held at Virginia Tech's Squires Student Center so that students could make suggestions to improve transportation. Keisha Graysham attended the town hall meeting to voice her concerns about parking, something she considers to be one of the hardest problems she has to solve at school. Steve Moras, the Director for Transportation Planning, explained that transportation in the area has evolved over the last few years. He said that there has been a decrease in the amount of cars parked in campus and an increase in the amount of bikers. Moras said, quote, "What we want to do is de-conflict the points where pedestrians and vehicle pathways cross and bicyclists and pedestrians cross, looking for those conflict nodes so that we can come up with creative solutions. Safety is one of the core things that we focus on. And also, efficiency is something that we look at, and probability sustainability as well," end quote.
Let's take a moment for our weekend forecast with Chapin Kofod.
Hi, I'm Chapin Kofod with your weekend weather report. After an unfortunate week of rainy, cloudy weather, this weekend should clear up just in time for the holiday. A high pressure moves into our area Friday into Saturday, and we are predicting that it brings dry weather with it. Then sometime late Saturday night to early Sunday morning, we are expecting some of the moisture being pushed up from the Gulf of Mexico to affect us. Right now, we are predicting that the majority of showers will occur during Sunday, then start to clear up on Monday. Temperatures this weekend are going to be normal for this time of year. Friday is going to have highs in the upper 50s with lows in the 40s. We're predicting Saturday to have highs near 60 and lows also in the 40s. So the scandalous nurse outfit might get a little chilly as you bounce around this Halloween. Then Sunday, temperatures are going to reach the low 60s. And with the chance of rain, it'll be the perfect lazy Sunday weather to help recover your Halloween adventures. So enjoy one of the best weekends of college, and don't do anything too stupid this Halloween. Back to you, Ashlyn.
Thank you, Chapin. You might see more food trucks out and about in Blacksburg in the near future. Thanks to a few changes in the town's zoning codes made last week, vendors are going to have a broader opportunity to operate. After a mobile food vendor applies for a permit and is given it by the health department, they can operate on property they have obtained permission to use by the owner. Not only are food trucks booming in our little town, the mobile food market industry is growing across the country. It used to be the case that food trucks specialized in tacos, but that is no longer how they are. Since about 2 years ago, when the trend took over, entrepreneurs have improved their operations with technology and appetizing menus. Contemporary trucks are now selling things like cupcakes, barbecue, lobster, and those are just to name a few. It makes sense that a mobile food service seems like a great option when you are throwing parties, lunches, or events with food involved. Social media makes it quick and easy for marketing of these trucks' whereabouts, so look for food trucks near you. Stay tuned for your entertainment news.
Turn here! There! Excuse me!
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Hi, I'm Bailey Berticelli.
And I'm Amy Margolin with your entertainment news.
Are you starting to get in the Christmas spirit? It's time to channel your inner giver and do something for those less fortunate. Join the Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Project at Virginia Tech and change a child's life. Shoeboxes can be picked up at McComas and must be brought back by Tuesday, November 10th. The project delivers boxes to children of impoverished areas in over 135 different countries around Christmas time to help as many of them as possible feel special each year. All you have to do is pick up a box, select a gender and age group ranging from 2 to 14, and then fill your box with some goodies for the children in need. Things like toiletries, small toys, and school supplies are appreciated. This is Virginia Tech's 5th year participating in Operation Christmas Child, and they are proud to have over 1,800 boxes filled to date. Celebrate Christmas by giving this year and help bring joy to a child in need.
In celebration of fall, the Virginia Tech Center for the Arts currently has 2 exhibitions on display in the Moss Arts Center. One exhibit displays the work of internationally acclaimed painter Philip Taft. Taft's art combines reverential images borrowed from various cultural and scientific sources with his own added motifs. His paintings draw on references to a wide array of subjects such as history, archaeology, botany, mythology, and modern art. Taft also uses a variety of skills in his paintings to make his canvases stand out amongst other artists. His use of silk screening, marbling, and staining, along with many other techniques, in order to give his artwork a unique and complex look. The second exhibit on display this fall is entitled Beyond Real, Still Life in the 21st Century, and provides a juxtaposition of tradition and innovation. This exhibit features painting, photography, and videography by artists from Canada, Holland, Israel, and the United States. Both exhibits are free and will be on display through November 15th. Make sure to check them out.
The face of the $20 bill is being changed from Andrew Jackson to a woman that people will soon be voting on. Masuma Kazmi has more on the story.
Hi, I'm Masuma Kazmi with Tech Tonight. Recently, the Department of Treasury has been undergoing voting to change the $10 bill from Andrew Hamilton to 4 selections of women. Many disagree, however, and believe it should be Andrew Jackson on the $20 bill that should change. Regardless of your opinion, I was curious to see what tech students have to say about the recent changes and whether or not they even know about who is on our bills.
Andrew Jackson.
James Madison. Is that right?
Andrew Jackson!
Jackson?
He went into Florida and tried to chase the Indians out of Florida or something. He didn't like Indians. He's white.
Wasn't he shot once?
I have a friend whose name is Andrew Jackson, but it's not that Andrew Jackson.
I guess what he's done for our country.
Because he was a president?
He was a nice man. Did a lot for the United States.
I don't know, because he wasn't really a popular president, so I honestly don't know.
I think it's very good. I mean, hasn't been done before yet, so
I think that's awesome.
Yes. About time.
Condoleezza Rice.
Angelina Jolie. Because she does a lot of helpful things. She helps all those children.
Kerry Washington, love her.
I would say Jackie Kennedy Onassis, just because I think she's a really good role model.
Taylor Swift, definitely, because if I wasn't dating my girlfriend now, I'd definitely try to get, Taylor Swift's number and try to date her. Harriet Tubman. I think she deserves it.
Harriet Tubman. Just because I feel like she represented a good part of history for not just my color in particular, but just people in America.
Rosa Parks. Everyone knows who she is. She stands for some good stuff.
Harriet Tubman, because she was really brave in doing what she did, and she doesn't really get a lot of recognition for all of what she did for the history of America.
Thanks for watching. I'm Masuma Kazmi reporting for Tech Tonight.
Thanks, Masuma. Are you getting bored eating dinner in front of the TV or while doing homework every night? Liven it up and head out to Preston's Restaurant at the Virginia Tech Inn on Friday, November 6th at 6:30 p.m. Try to figure out who did it at this murder mystery dinner. Treat yourself to a 4-course meal and an interactive performance from the Elite School of Dance and Performing Arts. The performance, titled Fame, Fortune, and Murder, puts guests in a crime scene with the death of a CEO at a major company. And the only heir to his throne better watch her back, because she's not the only one who wants to be CEO. The performers become contenders for the CEO position, vying for the votes of the audience. The performance keeps the audience guessing with plot twists and surprises. Reservations will be required and tickets are priced at $55. Well worth it for a night of fun and entertainment.
200 Hokies practiced their table manners at the annual dining etiquette dinner this past Wednesday. Implemented by Career Services, this dinner was held in Owens Banquet Room and taught proper business dining etiquette to students. The event emphasized social situations such as an interview conducted over a meal and a dinner event with an employer. While enjoying a 4-course meal, participants learned the proper way for their place setting to be fixed and which fork they should use for dessert. Career Services stresses that the interactions that occur during a meal with a current or future employer are the most important part of that meal. This is important to keep in mind as professionals will often scrutinize an employee for his or her table manners and behavior. The dinner was sponsored by FedBid, Kohl's, and the Virginia Tech Alumni Association and provided students with invaluable lessons on dining etiquette within a comfortable learning environment. Stay tuned for your sports news.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Mooney's asking everyone, stay indoors!
Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Brianna McGowan.
And I'm Ashton Lineberry with your sports news.
Andreas Boreas, senior tennis player at Virginia Tech, will compete on behalf of Team Denmark in the Davis Cup this weekend. This will be Boreas' first time competing in the Cup. Boreas will join the Denmark team in a battle against Sweden. He will be competing alongside 3 other teammates in this knockout match. The Virginia Tech tennis player expressed his disbelief when his Tech coach told him that he was chosen for such a big honor and looks forward to the 3-day event. The Davis Cup is the most highly respected international team competition in tennis. The first Davis Cup was held in 1900 as the United States competed against Great Britain. Since then, 125 teams have joined the competition to represent their countries. This competition happens annually and is organized by the International Tennis Federation. We cannot wait to see how Boreas represents Virginia Tech and his home country on Friday, and we hope for a win to remember.
Last Saturday, Lane Stadium was restless as Virginia Tech played the Duke Blue Devils for the homecoming game. Not only was this game close, but it was the most intense game the boys have had all season. This nail-biting contest consisted of 4 overtimes, leading to a heartbreaking loss for Virginia Tech. According to HokieSports.com, this was the first time in ACC history that there were 4 overtimes held in a game. The final score of the game was 43-45. In the last overtime, Duke's quarterback Thomas Sirk threw a 25-yard touchdown pass to Eric Snyder, tying the game at 43. Virginia Tech's defense attempted to prevent Duke's next move, but the 2-point conversion was a success, and it put the Blue Devils in a win column. Virginia Tech's quarterback Michael Brewer said, quote, "I don't know that I've been part of a more heartbreaking loss than this," end quote. Saddening as it is, the Hokies still played their hearts out, making the 2015 homecoming game something to talk about. Virginia Tech is now 3-5 overall and 1-3 in the ACC. Tech travels to Boston College next week. Continue to support your Hokies by tuning in to kickoff at noon.
Halloween is just around the corner, and we're curious to see what our fellow Hokies' plans are for the weekend. Carly Kelly has more on the story.
It's official. Halloween has arrived at Virginia Tech. The weather's getting cooler, the leaves are turning Tech colors, and campus looks a little bit spookier. I'm Carly Kelly with Sophia Oakhorn, and we're finding out what's the best thing about Virginia Tech around Halloween.
One of my favorite things, I went here as a student, and for all 4 years, the organization that we're in does a retreat on Halloween weekend usually, and so there's like over several hundred people there, and so we usually have a big costume party, and it's really fun to dress up and see how everybody else dresses up.
I'm looking forward to Halloween at Virginia Tech because with a college full of such smart people, I'm expecting to see some pretty cool costumes.
I'm excited about like the costume that I'm going to pick out for Halloween.
Costume parties.
I'm looking forward to Halloween at Virginia Tech for the great times, great people, and great parties.
Up here, her birthday's actually on Halloween, so we threw a big Halloween birthday party, and that's always been fun.
My favorite part is you can see all the decorations that people put out into the hall, and you can see how much they love Halloween.
Definitely the candy. I've had teachers give me candy a lot of times, so that's my highlight.
Favorite part I love about Halloween is the candy. I love my 3 Musketeers, and I love stealing candy too.
My favorite thing about the Halloween in Virginia Tech is like there are a lot of like place you can do the pumpkin carving.
The best thing was just chucking pumpkins out of windows. I'm not sure what else to say. Hopefully I'm legally allowed to say that.
Thank you, Carly. During their annual senior game, Virginia Tech women's soccer pulled out a win for the Hokies against Pittsburgh this past Sunday on Thompson Field. Virginia Tech women's soccer is currently ranked 7th. The Hokies were aggressive from the start, taking an early lead in the first 10 minutes. Layla Gray received a pass from Ashley Meyer and put the first point on the board. Coming back hard against the Hokies, Pittsburgh's Taylor Price tied the game. Shortly before the second half, Gray scored again for the Hokies, giving them the lead. After successfully sidestepping Pittsburgh's defense, Tech's top scorer, Muriel Tiernan, put another point on the board for the Hokies. Later in the game, Gray attempted to take another shot and it was deflected, but was quickly kicked into the goal by Alani Johnson. Although Pittsburgh was able to score on a penalty kick, they fell short. The final score of the game was 4-2. This win was a great way for Tech to honor their 5 seniors on their senior day. These players include Courtney Stutz, Delia Moresco, Morgan Conklin, Jordan Coburn, and Ashley Meyer. We are very proud of these ladies and wish them luck as they approach the ACC tournament. Go women's soccer!
Caroline Daxelet, a player on the Virginia Tech girls tennis team, recently took on Julia Elbaba at the ITA Atlantic Regional Tournament in Lynchburg, Virginia. Elbaba, an amazing tennis player, currently ranks 3rd in the country. She has yet to lose this year. Undoubtedly, Elbaba was stiff competition. Virginia Tech's Daxelet advanced to regionals when she beat Virginia's Victoria Oliveras. Daxelet lost her first set 2-6, but fought hard and won her last 2 sets 6-2 to 6-2, winning her a spot in the regionals. Daxelet bravely faced Elbaba on the court and played her heart out, but Daxelet lost with scores of 1-6, 1-6, making Daxelet second best in the region. That's something to be proud of. This match wrapped up the tennis season for the Hokies. Congratulations, Caroline. So did you go to the homecoming game?
I was there for the first quarter, but I watched the rest on TV. It was crazy.
It was probably the most intense game I've ever seen.
I'm so bummed out that we couldn't pull out that win.
I'm excited for Halloween, though.
Me too.
Are you dressing up?
I am.
What are you going to be?
It's a surprise. You'll have to see.
Well, that's all for Tech Tonight.
I'm Brianna McGowan.
And I'm Ashton Lineberry.